Have you ever faced a frustrating CORS error while developing your application? It can really throw a wrench in your plans, right? If that's you, stick around because today we are going to tackle the CORS error that can occur even after setting the access control allow origin header. I totally get it. You're trying to make a simple GET request, and instead of getting the data you need, you're met with an error message. It's one of the most common issues developers face, and you are definitely not alone in this. Let's dive into the specific situation at hand. One user reached out with a Vue application generated using the Webpack Simple option. They were trying to make a GET request to a quote API, but they encountered a CORS error stating that the access control allow origin header was missing. Sound familiar? Let's work through this together. So, what's going on here? CORS, or Cross-Origin Resource Sharing, is a security feature implemented by browsers to prevent malicious requests. When your application tries to access resources from a different origin, the server must explicitly allow it by sending the correct headers. Let's break this down step by step. And don't go anywhere. I have a crucial tip at the end that could save you a lot of headaches when dealing with CORS issues in the future. To address the CORS error, the user should first understand that the access control allow origin header must be set on the server side, not the client side. This means that the server hosting the API needs to allow requests from the user's origin. Next, the user can set up a proxy in their development environment. This can be done by modifying the Webpack configuration to include a proxy option. This way, requests to the API will be routed through the local server, avoiding CORS issues. After setting up the proxy, the user should change their API request URL in the Vue application. Instead of calling the API directly, they will call the local proxy endpoint. Finally, the user should restart their development server to apply the changes. Once restarted, they can test the application to see if the CORS error has been resolved. Fun fact, did you know that CORS was introduced to help protect users from cross-site request forgery attacks? It's a vital part of web security, even if it can be a bit of a headache for developers. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution suggested by another user involves using a free proxy service called CORS Anywhere. This is particularly useful if you cannot modify the API server directly. You can prepend the API URL with the CORS Anywhere URL to bypass the CORS restrictions. Here's the tip I promised. Always check the server's response headers when dealing with CORS issues. This can save you a lot of time and frustration in debugging. And there you have it. With these steps, you should be able to resolve your CORS error and get back to building your application. If you found this video helpful, please hit the subscribe button for more troubleshooting tips. And remember, the more you know, the easier your development journey will be.